Rip it and rip it, boys. Got my Winco branded root beer, and I'm ready to film. Today is December 1st, which means that I have approximately 23 days to finish the majority of my holiday gifts. Some of them I can get away with going until January 1st, but we're going to say I got about 25 days to finish all these holiday gifts. Because every year I make gifts for everybody, and I hate myself by the end of December, and I never learn. If there's one thing you need to know about me, it's that I'm a gift knitter. I like making things for other people. I don't keep a lot of the stuff I make. And every December, I start earlier and I say, this is going to be enough time. And it's never enough time. I was very ambitious this year. I have a sweater and a cardigan and a t-shirt, 3 garments on my gift list, and a bunch of accessories. So I figured, what better way to motivate myself than to document it so that it keeps me accountable. I figured that it might make an entertaining video as well, maybe. If not, you don't have to watch it. Go, bye. I think the way I'm going to structure this video is I'm going to start right now, here on December 1st, by introducing all of the gifts that I plan on making. And then I will vlog myself working on them throughout the month. And then after the new year, we can sit back down and I can show pictures of all the finished objects and talk about what I finished, what I pivoted on, what I decided not to make ultimately, and how long everything took me. I'd also like to say that I know that some of these are smaller gifts. Most of the people that I have on my list, I'm not just making something for them. Like all of Bailey's family, I normally make them something small, and then we also buy a present together to give them. My family are getting kind of larger things this year, so I'm not making them anything in addition, except my grandma, who I got this Tillamook ice cream bowl because she loves Tillamook. Tillamook, sponsor me. We're in a silly, goofy mood today. First thing that I finished, for my grandma, I made this Sophie hood in a purple that she loves, and I know she loves it because it matches her winter coat. That is finished and also at my parents' house for them to give to her already, so I don't have to ship it. So for my sister's partner, their name is Chaz, I made fingerless gloves for them. Wait, I'll even put them on. And you guys will see fingerless gloves are gonna be a recurring theme in this video because I'm making a lot of them. These are the Pioneer gloves by Kelly McClure. So I made these for Chaz, and then my sibling Joey was like, I want a pair too. So I made the exact same pair in the same colors. So these are done. The other gift that I already have finished is another pair of fingerless gloves. These are for my youngest sibling. They picked this yarn out themselves. I really love how they came out. I think that this is such a beautiful variegated yarn. I just really like how this pattern comes out. I like how it works up. I think it looks super clean, super professional, and they don't take very long. That's all I can ask for in a gift knit, is like, looks really good, doesn't take very long, and also it doesn't use a lot of material. Let's just go through all the rest of the gloves that I'm making, since there's a bunch. So I am making my mother-in-law a pair of these gloves in the same color as these. I am making my sister-in-law a pair of those gloves in this color, and I'm going to hold a strand of mohair with it. For a couple of my friends, I am making a pair for my friend Sarah in this color to match the beanie I made her last year. For my friend Shannon, I'm going to make her a pair in this color. And then I am going to make a pair for my friend Taylor as well, but I need to like rifle through my stash to see what I have that would fit her because I haven't picked a color out yet. For my father-in-law and my brother-in-law, I'm going to crochet some Christmas ornaments. These are really quick, really easy, come out super cute. So I don't really know what to make them, so I was just gonna make them a couple ornaments. Hopefully they enjoy them. And I feel like ornaments are good too because like you can really customize them based off of the person's personality. Because like I was scrolling through Pinterest last night and trying to pick out a couple things. You just look up like free crochet pattern bag charms instead of ornaments. There's so many. For my friend Hope, I am making a market bag. I'm going to crochet it. Hope is one of my best friends here in Portland, and we often go to like little markets together, and she loves like a little Saturday market, or like a little maker's bazaar, or a farmer's market, and like she's always walking to those places. So I think a market bag will be perfect for her. And this is also something that I don't have to get done by Christmas since we're both traveling. I figure I'll just give it to her after we get back. So the three people that are getting bigger things are my mom, my dad, my sibling, my middle sibling, and my husband. Before anybody calls me out for not making something bigger for my youngest sibling, I asked them what they wanted, and they said a hat and gloves. And I made them a hat for their birthday and gloves for the holidays. And I couldn't get them to tell me anything else they wanted. If they had, I would have made them something bigger. So, Bug, if you're watching this, you can request bigger things. If you are an avid watcher of this channel, you will recognize this. This is the Relaxagon top by Caroline Zuschlag. I am going to try to get this done to give to my husband. I am getting my husband other Christmas gifts, so if I don't finish it, it's not that big a deal. My mom requested one bag. She said a few years ago I had crocheted her a bag that I lined and added a zipper to, and she was like, I loved that. I use it all the time. I want another one of those. And I was like, okay, bet. So I made 3 of varying sizes. This little one is already done. Zipper's added. It's lined. The middle one, I was working on lining and adding the zipper. And then my sewing machine thread just kept like getting messed up, and I was like, well, it's late at night and I'm frustrated, and I stopped working. I unintentionally made it a lot larger than I was planning on. So instead of adding a zipper, I added these little handles, and I am still going to line it. So that will be my mom's gift. So that's almost done. I really just I have to pull out my sewing machine and finish lining it, which shouldn't take too long. My sibling Joey requested a striped sweater, a black and red 2015 emo sweater that is cropped with thumb holes. I'm using the 6-in-1 top pattern by Andrea Chang as kind of the base of it, because it's just kind of a simple sweater that I've then added the stripes to, and I am going to add thumb holes onto the sleeves when they're done. So far I have finished the body, and I need to add the sleeves. I ran out of yarn, so I have to go buy more yarn. Last one, and this is the really big one. My dad requested a cardigan. So I sent him a bunch of cardigan patterns. He didn't really like most of them. I found another one. He liked it. It is in fisherman's rib, so it is pretty time consuming. It is the Gentleman Cardigan by Sasha Knits. Very impressive looking, and I think it'll look great on him. So far I've finished the sleeves, and I really like how it's coming out. It's very beautiful. So that was like 20 days. 20 days for just the sleeves. I'm not gonna finish this, am I? I'm gonna finish it. I'm like much more behind than where I thought I was. Let's see how it goes. So when I sat down a few hours ago, I was at like maybe 2 inches, maybe 3 inches on this, and I am now at 9 inches, so I am about halfway there. This has to be 18.5 inches. So I think like one more longish session on this, and I'll be done with the right front and I can start the left front. Just over a foot. Okay, about an hour later, and I am at about 13.5, almost 14 inches. So got like another 1.5 inches done. Happy December 3rd. We just went to the gym. I've done probably about another inch on this today while I was eating dinner. I feel like I'm getting close. It's definitely over a foot now. Hello! It is December 5th. I didn't film yesterday because we had a kind of a crazy day, and then I haven't filmed most of today because it's been extra crazy because we woke up at 3 a.m. and got on a flight to San Diego, and then we got a rental car and went to our hotel and got ready for the wedding we're about to go to. That's why we're dressed nice. And I didn't get to do too much knitting on the plane because I had to do some work, but I did finish this glove for my mother-in-law, and I have cast on the second one, which I'm doing while we're stuck in traffic on the way to this wedding. Tomorrow we are waking up at 3 a.m. again because we are going to Channel Islands tomorrow. We have to drive from San Diego to Ventura, which is a long drive, and we have to be there before the ferry leaves for the island, and it leaves at 9, and they want us there an hour early, so we have to be there at 8. So we gotta wake up really early and drive over. But the 3-hour drive will give me some good time for knitting. And then we'll have an hour and a half ferry ride for more knitting. Not get nearly as much done on the trip as I wanted to. I got to the color section of this shirt, and I am just about done with the thumb increases on the second fingerless glove for Bailey's mom. So I'm gonna try and finish up a couple things now. I'm gonna try and finish up that glove, and then I need to do a little bit of work on Joey's sweater that I think won't take very long. And I want to cast on the sleeves for that, so I have a simple stockinette project that I can work on. Pair of gloves for my mother-in-law are done. Ends weaved in and everything. Okay, and then this is the cropped sweater I'm working on for my sister, which the body is done and I have to add on the sleeves, except it did get thrown in with the wash. It was mostly okay, except right here. One of the stitches has come undone, so I'm going to need to rip out the binding and go back a little bit, redo the ribbing, and bind off again. After I ripped out the ribbing, I ended up deciding that I was going to add a couple extra stripes because it was pretty short. So I added almost 2 more stripes. I added this black stripe, and then I was going to do a complete red stripe, but I do 10 rows for each stripe. I got to row 8, and I barely had any yarn left. Just that much. So I was able to finish the 8th row, but then I switched back to black, and now I have started the ribbing, but it's 9:40 and I'm really tired, so I'm gonna go to sleep. Good morning. It is Monday the 8th. Say hi, Maple. I am working from home today. So I'm just making a cup of tea before I go upstairs and get dressed for the day. But I would like to clean up the house a little bit because it's kind of a wreck from us traveling and being really busy. So I'm probably going to do a quick tidy in the living room and the dining room area while I wait for my tea to boil, and then I'll go upstairs and get dressed. you. So I ended up having to run into work for a little while. But then when I got home, I sat and worked on my sweater for Joey. Maple's here too. Today I was able to finish off the ribbing. I did a half twisted rib. The cap sleeves all in one color because I wasn't sure if I could switch colors while I was doing my short rows without it like messing up my short rows. I probably could have, but I just kind of went for it. And I do think it looks a little weird having this big like black blob here, but I don't think it looks too bad. I'm gonna say it's intentional. So I'm like, I don't know, 3/4 of the way done with the sleeve after just one day of work, which I feel really happy with actually. I am on my way home. I left work early today to go do some work in a coffee shop by my house because I had a lot of computer work to do today, and it was just, if I was in the lab I was going to end up doing bench work instead of doing the writing that I needed to do. So I went and got that done. Then I was able to hang out and knit for a little bit. So I finished the sleeve for Joey's sweater. It looks good. So now I just have to do the second sleeve. But once I finished that sleeve, I was like, I don't want to work on this anymore. So I started making the Christmas ornaments for Bailey's brother and dad. They're done, but they need to be assembled. So all of the pieces for them are sitting on my floor until I assemble them. And so now I think I am going to make a cup of tea and go to bed. But tomorrow I would really like to get the bags for my mom lined so that they can be done and just off my plate. And then I'll probably try and cast on the second sleeve for this sweater. Okay, bags for my mom are done. This one's got a button close. I'm not the best at sewing, so it's not the best lining in the world, but it'll do.
Who's Moosey Man?
Brother, there's only 3 of you left.
Yeah, who's Moosey Man?
It's not. I'm Moosey Man. It's not.
I got so close to finishing Joey's sweater last night. I was on a roll, only had like 3 stripes left. It was basically just like the thumb shaping and the thumb hole on this last sleeve, and I ran out of yarn. But instead I ended up just like weaving in ends for the rest of the night. So there's so many ends and I'm still not done. I got really annoyed with it and was like, never mind, I can't do this. But there's some left, which I'll finish today. So instead of working on that, I am working on this pair of gloves, which I'm gonna try and finish this glove, and then I'll go upstairs and work on my crochet top for a little bit. I have made a ton of progress on this today, but I'm about to switch balls of yarn, and I realized I only have 2 left, which is not gonna be nearly enough to finish this top. So I'm pretty upset, because that's the second project today that I have not had enough yarn to finish. I don't know what past me was thinking. I don't know why I didn't order enough of either of these. Joey's makes sense because I've done so many modifications, but I don't know why I didn't just order what the pattern called for when I got this yarn. So at least Joey's sweater I'll be able to pop out to the store and get enough to finish it, but this is from Hobby, so I'm going to have to order it. And I don't think it'll be here in time to finish it for Christmas. I'm gonna order it right now, but I don't think it'll be here till the new year.
sucks. We ran over to the yarn store after work and I got the yarn I need to finish Joey's sweater, and Bailey bought me a Christmas present there. It's more cords for my needles. And so now we're gonna go home and I'm gonna finish Joey's sweater, and I'm feeling better about having run out of yarn because at least I got yarn to finish one project, and Bailey knows his shirt isn't gonna be done for Christmas. And he's okay with it. Hello, Editing Ellie here. I've realized that the way that I structured this video makes it a little difficult to tell what's going on in terms of like where I'm at with all my projects. So we're gonna do a December 15th recap of where we're at with everything. So in addition to everything I went through that's already finished at the beginning, what I finished at this point is gloves for my mother-in-law, bags for my mom, one of the gloves for Sarah, and I completely finished Joey's sweater and its blocking. I'm done with the crocheting for the ornament, I just have to assemble, and I'm about halfway done with the second half of Bailey's shirt, but I ran out of yarn so it won't get finished. Finally, I am almost done with the front right panel of my dad's cardigan. Still left to do the rest of my dad's cardigan, gloves for my sister-in-law, gloves for my friend Shannon, the second glove for Sarah, something for my friend Taylor, the market bag for Hope, and assemble the ornaments for my father-in-law and brother-in-law. Yesterday, we flew from Portland to Michigan. Before we left, I dropped off packages at the post office that had the gifts for my mom, my brother, my sister, and my sister's boyfriend. So those are done, shipped out, finished. On the plane, I worked on my dad's cardigan, and I made a decent amount of progress. I finished the right front and started the left front, but my main priority for today and tomorrow is to finish the gloves for my sister-in-law and finish seaming up the ornament for my brother-in-law. Finally seamed up this Christmas ornament for my brother-in-law, to a baby Yoda. I finished the left front of the cardigan and I am working on the right front. I've hit the first buttonhole. So the first time I've done a tailored buttonhole wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. It was complicated, but it was actually pretty easy. And so, making progress now. Happy Boxing Day. We're at the airport. We're finally going home. A lot of progress on this cardigan. I am at like over a foot, like 14 inches. I gotta get to 19 before I can start the shaping for the back. So I'm very close to being done with this. I need to make 1.5 more gloves, a market bag, and I've decided I'm gonna make a little fish pouch for my friend Taylor. It is Sunday, the 28th. I have finished knitting the back of this cardigan, and I'm currently seaming it. I've seamed about half. It's coming out okay. I'm really bad at seaming. I also hate seaming, so this is not fun for me. But it looks okay. Half of it is done. Tomorrow I will seam the other half and start the collar, and then it'll be pretty close to done. Ooh, look at these. Look at how big the shoulders are. Mabel likes it too.
Hi. To almost New Year.
Happy New Year! Happy January 2nd. I was hoping to have this done by the new year, but it's January 2nd and it's not done, but it's so close. All I have left to do is the I-cord edge and the pockets, but I'm texting my dad to make sure that he wants pockets because he was kind of wishy-washy about whether he wanted them. So I'm gonna do the I-cord edge now, wait for him to text me back. If he wants pockets, I'll add those on. Hopefully this will be done by tomorrow. Happy January 3rd. I have not gotten dressed all day. I've just been sitting trying to finish up this project, and it is finally almost done. I'm sewing on the last button now. All of the ends are weaving in. It just has to get this button and then block, and it will be finally done. It's blocked! It's blocked! Happy January 5th. I'm still trying to finish up my last bit of presents, but today's the day. Because all I have left to do is weave in a couple ends. I finished the Rybka pouch for my friend Taylor last night. So I just have to weave in the ends and weave the little cord for the closure through it and get a little eyeball. And then I finished my gloves for my friend Sarah yesterday, and I finished my gloves for my friend Shannon 2 days ago. So I'm gonna weave those ends in, and then everything will be done. Here's the finished cardigan. It grew so much. I don't understand why, because I did a gauge swatch and I was perfectly on gauge. So I don't know why it got so big. But it fits Bailey okay-ish. So it'll probably fit my dad pretty well.
Got a little long.
It got wide.
It did get a little wide too, but I think it's just long.
It is really long. I think he'll like that it's long.
Be cozy.
Yeah, cozy. I think it'll match his vibe. It looks good though. Hi, this video is already so long and I don't want to make it longer by doing like a big recap of everything.
If you would like to see all of my friends and family with their finished objects, then you can check out my Instagram where I will be posting the pictures as soon as I have them. Shameless plug. Check it out here. Hopefully they'll be posted by the time I get this video out. The last of the gifts are shipping right now, so as soon as my friends receive them, I will bug them until they send me pictures. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, you can like, comment, or subscribe. And thank you again for watching to this point. I know this video is long. I hope you enjoyed it because I had a really good time making it. Thanks. Bye.